Hi guys, let's talk a little about self-sabotaging. I don't know if this is something that you've experienced or is it something that you felt in your life before where you keep constantly putting yourself down. This inner critic, this voice that comes in your head and starts running the show for you where it's all negative talks about your worth, how you are and how you should value yourself. Have you heard of the saying, it's not you, it's me? What does that really mean when you say, it's me? What have you done or why are you the culprit of a specific situation where it turns out to be just you and not the other person? Recently, I had a conversation with a coworker abroad or an ex-coworker abroad, and we were just talking about how life was so busy, and then I saw myself wrapping my head around, I'm so sorry, I'm such a horrible friend, I haven't been in touch with you, I'm not doing my part, this whole blame just turned around on me, and it's something that I chose to say and I chose to feel. Then I hung up with my friend, and then I thought to myself, why is it me? Why do I feel like I'm the one to blame 100% for this relationship that's not, a constant where we're talking to each other all the time? We're both parents, we both have busy lives. There's also the time difference where sometimes it's day and night differences. So that's one scenario where I really realized that sometimes it's so easy to make ourselves, the culprit behind things that we don't even control. So I wanted to talk about 3 things that we can try to rewire our mindsets to deal with this inner critic that comes in and out. I call it the 3 C's. The first C is really challenging this inner critic that comes into your mind or your head. Challenge him or back, asking who is the real culprit in a situation with your friend or yourself or whatever happens. Is the culprit really you, which is yourself? Is the culprit really this other person that, probably is not understanding that they're doing something wrong to you or making the situation worse in any scenario? Or is the culprit an external situation that has no control, that we have no control over, like the pandemic? So really challenge back, being a bit more logical towards a scenario with your inner critic and say, who is this culprit? 2, converse with this inner critic. When you're speaking to this inner critic, one of the things that draws you to this inner critic and feels in that negative energy is this negative talk. It's a form of negative affirmations where you keep saying a word or a sentence like, it's not you, it's me. What if we changed it around? What if we changed it to positive affirmations in any way that we can? So specific to my friend's situation, what if the positive affirmation was, I'm a great friend. No matter how busy I am in my life, I'm still making the effort to be in touch with this friend, regardless of how busy both of us are. So think about how you can converse with this inner critic to really, feel in the positive parts of a situation than just kind of drilling yourself into or pushing yourself into this dark space. And the last part is comfort. So now you know who the culprit is. You conversed to try to be optimistic with this inner critic. And now comfort whoever this culprit behind a situation is, whether it's yourself, whether it's a situation, whether it's somebody else. Give your inner critic some comfort by saying, you know what, maybe it's a one-off situation. Maybe I did do something wrong. That's okay, it's not the end of the world. I'll learn from this. Or maybe somebody else did this to me and I feel horrible about it, but you know what, I'm gonna give them a chance, or I'm gonna talk to them about it. So find that comfort where you move from, feeling like you're a victim to really understanding what the problem is and being there for that person, whether it's you or somebody else. So try to remember this next C when you engage in a negative self-talk about your own worth. So remember to challenge, converse, and finally comfort.